Hello everyone. In this video you will learn about mandibular border molding. Border molding is also called muscle trimming or peripheral tracing. What is border molding? Basically, border molding is the shaping of the border areas of an impression custom tray by functional or manual manipulation of the tissues adjacent to the borders to duplicate the contour and size of the vestibule. What are the importance of the border molding? Shape the impression tray borders and allow the muscles or limiting structures to function in harmony with the denture, improves the retention by producing the peripheral seal, also improve the stability of prosthesis. Sequence or segment by segment border molding of mandibular tray. There is no hard and fast rule. You can start anterior or posterior portion first, the labial portion first, or the lingual portion first. It's up to your experience. So this color coding area of the different segment has been recorded by using tracing compound materials. Armamentarium for the border molding and final impressions. Water bath, alcoholic touch, now touch, just to soften the green stick compound. Bowl filled with ice water, green stick, sharp scalpel, acrylic remover, custom trays, and the final impression material. Step-by-step procedure of border molding using the tracing stick compound, which is available in the different color, including this green stick, gray color or red color. So these different in color indicate the different softening temperature of tracing compound. Before start to record the periphery, we have to check out the extension of the tray. The tray should be stable in the patient's mouth. We have to insert the tray into the patient's mouth, detect the cheek, and we have to examine the tray border. This tray border should be 2 to 3 millimeters short from the reflection, means short from the vestibular depth all around. And on lingual side, we ask the patient to perform the tongue movement, such as here the protrusion of the tongue, the lateral or side to side movement of the tongue. The tray should not dislodge while perform the tongue movement. If the tray is dislodged, means the tray is overextended. So we have to reduce with the help of acrylic remover. You can also mark entirely with the help of the color transfer stick with the help of the indelible pencil. This marking should be 2 millimeters short from the reflection or from the vestibular depth. Then insert the tray into the patient's mouth. This marking will transfer to the fitting surface of the tray, and the tray should be reduced with the help of the acrylic remover. Make sure the tray border should be smooth, and the spacer should be within the tray while perform the border molding. This spacer maintain the space between the tray and the tissue for secondary impression, and also stabilize the tray while recording periphery. After that, the stick is softened by heating over the flame. Should not be inside the flame. The stick is turned and rolled repeatedly to prevent overheating and burning. Once the material becomes soft, as you can see here in the picture, then you have to apply at the border of the tray that should be in the segment. Segment should be 3 centimeter segment, not more than 3 centimeter. Before application on the tray, make sure the tray should be dry, and then you have to apply the tracing compound on the border of the tray. You have to avoid the overheating. This should not be in the runny consistency. It may stick to the finger and cause the burning. And after that, you have to shave with the help of the moistened finger. Make sure your finger should be moistened. If it is not moistened, it will stick to the fingers. So your finger should be moistened with water, and then you have to shape just like the shape of the periphery. And after that, you have to reheat the compound with the alcoholic torch, and then temper the compound in hot water. Do not put directly into the patient's mouth, cause the burning of the mucosa. The temperature of the hot water should be slightly above the fume temperature of the green stick. And then insert the tray into the patient's mouth. With the fingers, with the help of the mouth mirror, first you have to retract the cheek, and then rotationally insert the tray into the patient's mouth. Make sure this applied green stick will not come in contact with the lip. And then you have to stabilize the tray into the patient's mouth with the help of the fingers, and then ask the patient to perform the tongue movement. If you want to record the periphery on the lingual side, ask the patient to perform the functional movement of the tongue, such as protrusion of the tongue Ask the patient to raise the tongue, touch the palate area. Perform the side to side movement of the tongue, means ask the patient to touch the inner aspect of the cheek, right side, and also on the left side to record the periphery contralaterally. On the labial side, as you can see in the picture, with the help of the one finger, you have to stabilize, with the other you have to manipulate the lip, which is the downward, outward, upward, inward movement of the lip. Same as for the buccal frenum or for the cheek, you have to perform the downward, outward, upward, inward movement, and finally forward and backward movement of the cheek. Muscles such as levator anguli oris muscle attached to the buccal frenum, anteriorly orbicular oris and posteriorly buccinator muscles attached. So you have to record the buccal frenum properly. Masseter notch. The influence of the masseter muscle is seen on the distobuccal corner of the mandibular tray. So ask the patient to open the jaw, and you have to exert the downward pressure on the molar area or at the area of the chin. So once you perform this, the masseter muscles come in contract, they manipulate or mold the periphery at the area of the distobuccal corner. On the lingual side, the lingual flange or lingual border. So here you can see the protrusion of the tongue. So this border molding you have to perform on the lingual side. Ask the patient to protrude the tongue to record the periphery distolingual area. Move the tongue on the right side or on the left side to record the periphery on the contralateral side. And finally ask the patient to open the mouth and close the jaw against the resistance of the operator thumb, just to record the periphery at the area of the retromolar ped or distobuccal corner. And after that, inspect the bottom molded area. Here you can see the flash of the green stick compound which is flow on the flexus spacer or on the fitting surface of the tray. This should be trimmed with the help of the sharp scalpel. Before trimming, you have to just put into the chill ice water, and just you have to chill the compound, and then you have to trim with the sharp scalpel. And make sure the border and the recorded periphery, and finally should be a smooth, matte and roll appearances. All these borders should be a smooth, should not be a rough, matte appearance and roll border. If you found that tray which is visible, means show through of the tray within this green stick, it means the tray is overextended. You have to reduce the tray first and then again reapply the green stick compound. If your periphery is not rolled, it is sharp or knife or thin, it means your periphery is underextended or short. You have to reapply the green stick at this particular area. You have to great concern, especially this distolingual pouch area, so it improves the stability as well as retention of the denture should be properly recorded. Reapply the green stick at this particular area and perform the border molding. And you have to care about the overlapping of the different segment. If you found there is an overlapping, you have to again reheat with the alcoholic touch, then put into the hot water and then insert the patient's mouth and record the periphery. Once you have recorded the periphery, you have to finish all the surface compound by reheating with the alcoholic touch, temper in hot water, insert the patient's mouth and perform the border molding movement. Labially, you have to perform the lip movement. At the area of the buccally, you have to perform the cheek movement. On the lingual side, you have to perform the tongue movement. Our recorded periphery should resemble the border of the complete denture. And finally, you have to check out the retention of the recorded periphery. Then we then ask the patient to protrude the tongue first to check out the palatoglossal area. If the tray is dislodged while protrusion of the tongue, it means the periphery is overextended at the retromylohyoid area. So you have to soften the tracing compound at this particular area and record the periphery again. Move the tongue in the lateral directions to check out the lingual extension on contralateral side. Roll the tongue back to touch the palate to check out the anterior lingual extension. If the tray is dislodged, periphery is overextended. You have to soften the green stick compound this particular area and again record the periphery. Open the mouth to check out the periphery buccally as well as labially. If the tray is dislodged from the tissues or means lift from the tissues while opening the mouth, the periphery is either thick or overextended buccally or labially. You have to soften the green stick compound again. If the tray is overextended, you have to reduce the tray first and then again record the periphery. Grasp the hand and exert the vertical upward pull. You feel a resistance while doing this. If you not feel the resistance, the tray will easily come out. It means that periphery is short at the area of the premolar region. You have to apply the green stick at the area of the premolar region. Lingoli again record the periphery. Exert the forward pressure on the distal aspect of the handle. You feel suction sound. If you do not feel a suction sound, it means the periphery is not appropriate at the retromolar pad area. You have to apply a green stick at the retromolar pad area again record the periphery. So this is all about to check out the retention of the mandibular trait. Thank you very much.